All right. All right. All right. I think we're live. What do you think?
I think we're live.
All right. Nick.
Live from Austin, Texas.
Nick, what we need to do real quick is I need to find out just how loud we're actually talking right now. Let's see if the music's too loud. Cause remember last time music was a little loud. I mean, we had a couple complaints about that. But this time we can see our chat over here, so we know people are gonna be talking.
I think we just let some people roll in.
And yeah, well, I don't want to talk about stuff and us not get heard. You know what I mean? Like I would rather us be heard while we're talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and make sure our sound's good. Everything's checking out.
La la la.
You gotta go over to the channel.
La la la.
You know, 'cause we got a lot to talk about today, don't we? I think
we
we
had a pretty eventful day, man.
I think we have quite a bit to talk about. All right, so hey, it sounds good. I think it sounds good. So, what do you think, Kitty? Are we good? Kitty, Tatiana, how we doing today? Does it sound good? Did everything sound all right? So, I think we do. I think we're sounding good. Okay, so let's get into it. So, today, man, anyways, welcome back. Right? You're just here with me all the time right now. Like I can't get rid of him. Huh? Anyway, so we talked a little bit about your trip down here.
Can't get rid of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been here a day, bro.
A day and a half. Anyways, so we already got ESO in the chat. We're here. We're trying to talk about real stuff today. Anyway, so what I want to touch base on is for me today, I mean, what's new that happened? We got the shark last night.
Yeah.
My lawyer, right? Got a badass lawyer coming into play.
Yeah, man.
All right, I needed that defense. Anybody who knows, who's kept up with what's going on in my life, you guys know I'm going through a really tough time. Real tough.
You're helping me.
Yeah, man. You know what? I will say this, man. I've got a lot of love from friends and family coming in right now during this difficult time in my life.
Well, it's there on purpose, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I often, I'm privy to, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, nature. It always sets us up on a path, and it never puts us on one that we can't handle. You know what I mean, or one that we're not prepared for.
Sure.
But so I got the lawyer in play. That was a hefty price with $1,000 retainer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to say that just because somebody's contacting you, you don't want them to contact. You don't want to hear contact from. That's not harassment. Harassment's very specific in what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not out driving my car through your garage. Or like calling and threatening that I'm gonna burn your house down. So I mean, when you're dealing with a breakup, especially one on this level, it's hard to really say what harassment is, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if I'm threatening you constantly and stuff like that, which I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Rash decisions get made, and that sucks. It really does. But I'm learning to let go. During this time period, this breakup I've had, it's given me a lot of time to do some self-reflection and really think about myself and the things that I can change and what I've done wrong. And it really, really, really made me realize how much drugs, even alcohol, how much I needed to remove these things out of my life.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better. I'm sober for the first time in years, man. It feels like decades probably. I don't really have anything but maybe a beer or two, if that. And really, I've been drinking a lot of non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
It's just really crazy to reflect on.
Well, you gotta find that balance.
Yeah, but reflecting on the things in your life and seeing how they affect you, and the changes that you make because of those effects, and then on top of that, also understanding and dealing with the fact that, like I've got mental illness, I recognize I do, and then, what else happened? We start treatment tomorrow. Hey, I want to say that anybody who's listening, anybody who listens in on this, right? If you have a mental illness and you are not getting treatment and you think you can handle it on your own, I want to tell you, please go get some help. Okay, I'm not saying medications because I don't believe in medications. I think medication is one of the worst things you can do to somebody, and I realize that even medications that I think were beneficial have been detrimental to my life. I think that the best thing that we can do is stop running from who we are. Understand and respect yourself and love yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, that's who I am and I love me.
Yeah.
But then find the destructive cycles in your life and figure out how to fix that shit. Because it's possible. You can do that. You don't have to be medicated. You can fix your shit. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that behavioral therapy is probably going to be the best thing for anybody if you're having problems. I think that's probably the best thing you can do. Instead of sitting there taking pills and masking a problem or ignoring it as though it's not there, or saying that certain people are problems in your life and they're not. There's so many different things that we can do, and I'm here to just spray it on my channel and spray it on my podcast to try and get people out there who need help to go get the help that they may need. And it took this relationship to really start making me fire off with that.
Yeah, that help doesn't always have to come from it can come from many places. Like your friends and your family can be there for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Go on.
Yeah, I got nothing else for you.
Well, Nick, how you gonna be on a talk show and you got nothing to talk about? That's a problem, bro. We gotta work on that, man. You gotta just pull it out of your ass. You know what I mean? It just blows smoke, bro. Anyways, that's why people come on and they listen, right?
Yeah.
What else do we need to talk? We need to talk about what are we doing, dude? We're doing that. We're making a book. Okay?
Oh yeah, we did start. We're starting a quote book. Hey, we already got some stuff in there. You want me to read something?
Go ahead, man. If you want. We put some, as we're just going throughout our day, we'll just write stuff down that we're putting in this book. You don't have to like.
Let's start with these ones. These are Joey Originals. All right.
Joey Originals.
I call this
JD Originals coming at you right
now. This is life experience is a special kind of teacher because it.
I can tell you because I already got it on my head. Life experience is a special kind of teacher because it gives the test and then the lesson. And
I didn't even text it correctly.
I feel like that's pretty interesting though to think about, right? Like when we think about that quote, because I will say this: the hardest things in life have always been this. You go through this horrific period in your lifetime, and it's something like 90% of the time we cause it, right? Like we're the problem that creates this problem.
We cause our suffering,
right? And what's so interesting about life itself is that when you do this wrong decision or you make this wrong choice and everything falls apart, right?
Yeah.
Then you learn the lesson after that. You go through the pain and the anguish of experiencing that, and then you come out of that on top going, wow. Because you look back and you reflect and you're like, holy shit, man. Like, I really did all of this. And this is what I did wrong. And instead, we're always like pointing the finger, right? No, it was you. It's like, no, dude, for a minute, why don't you go like that,
Let's drive this back to like the intuition conversation we were having. Like, we really, if we take this view that right and wrong is subjective, you know what I mean? Or is the narratives passed down to us and whatever, we get very lost and we start, being like, oh, well, what is good? And we just start going into this more than likely a selfish, egoistic, just feeding on constant desire over and over, never enough. Constant.
Yeah.
And if you want to dissipate that, you really have to realize that you have to get in tune with your intuition, your heart. Because that's never going to drive you wrong.
Well,
and it's very hard to actually find and connect with that.
I was gonna say, I feel like you got to understand what is intuition and what isn't, right? Because intuition's not fear.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we'll think that
fear is never intuition.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but oftentimes we'll confuse fear with intuition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. I think that intuition is your ability to foresight, right? That's your ability to look at a problem, look at a situation, and go, you know what? I think I need to do it a different way.
Yeah. Or it's also could be like you evaluate, right, what your life is. Like you do something wrong. You have something that you don't like. You do it, and then you go to bed and you don't sleep well at night. Right. Yeah. That's your intuition telling you that's something I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I think a prime example is it's not so much your intuition telling you it's not something you should be doing. This is how your intuition starts to learn, I think. Yeah. Or maybe, let's not even use the word learn, because I feel like intuition, that's the thing. Intuition's already a natural gift.
Yeah.
I don't think you learn it. I think
it's something, you go into a room with somebody, it's something about their presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can pick up on that.
Yeah. I think what happens, with intuition, I think we we start recognizing it more and more. And everybody has it, you know, like, I mean, when you say, like, you look at prophets, you know, like people who've come here and prophesied stuff and things like that, like, these are just people who know what intuition is and know how to, you know, and they don't know how to read it. You know, that's all it is. I mean, you have, of course, false prophets, people who aren't prophesying anything, they're just making money, you know, which is fine. I'm not mad at them, you know, I mean, hell, if you can make money lying to people, I mean, do it, you know.
I mean, a lot of people make a lot of money lying to people.
I mean, me personally, I prefer to, like, help. I want to help people. Yeah. You know, that's my thing, you know, because I've dealt with a lot of problems in my life, and I feel like there's a lot of lessons that people don't have to go through that I already have, based on the situations that I've experienced in my lifetime.
Well, it makes you feel better, too.
Well, of course it makes me feel better to talk about that, but what makes me feel better is not so much talking about it, as much as it is feeling as though I can help somebody else from having to go through that impact, the shit that I went through in my life, because I haven't had an easy life, you know, and I mean, that's like when I help people hold a relationship together, you know, and I've done it a couple of times, you know. Yeah, it makes me feel good, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't want somebody to go through that same pain I have felt.
Yeah.
You know, because that shit hurts, man. It hurts so bad. It's like this deep pain that happens in here, and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, I've met a lot of people that can just write somebody off, dude. I can't. I've never had that capability. I can't do it. I can't. I'm a lover, man. You know, I love people for who they are, and you know, I want to see them succeed in life, if that makes sense. And so it's really hard for me to like. It's really hard for me to want to just make money off of that, or not be a part of other people's lives. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's something that you like. It's something you don't feel. Yeah, it goes right back to that. It's something you don't feel good about. You wouldn't want to see yourself do.
I mean, that goes back to, like, you know, when you see somebody doing something evil, right? Like, I don't even know where I'm going with this one here, but like, for instance, I mean, well, I guess the first place I'd have to go is like, what is evil? Yeah. You know, but I mean, like, when I see somebody doing something that I deem as like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I don't agree with just hurting other people. Oh. You know, and the other thing I don't agree with is just cutting people out of your life either. You know, I do agree with that to a certain level. You know.
Well, I think at a certain point, like, I've had people in my life personally that they've wronged me so many times, and it's happened. It's just who they are at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only give in so much before you're just a fool. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, I mean, I've watched my family go through it, man. I get my caring heart and my giving heart from my mom. You know, I really do. My mom is like one of the best people in my life. I love my mom to death. You know, love you, Mom. Okay, if you're listening. You know, I love my mom to death, and that woman has done a lot for me in my life and has really helped me out in my lifetime. You know, and I've often felt like throughout my life I've experienced people paying it forward for me.
Yeah.
You know, like they just like doing good things for me and helping me out and doing things to really better me. And so that's my position now in life, is that I've had it paid forward for me all these times. It's my turn to pay it forward.
Yeah.
You know, it's my turn to have a beneficial impact on people's lives. You know, and I, luckily for me, I have a platform to do that. I have a platform. You know, I have a lot of followers. I have people that listen to me. I don't know why they listen to me, but they do. You know, but so I mean, it's like. Yeah, because I'm retarded. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I'm the dumbest dude. You know, I'm an idiot, man. You know, I mean, you should see. Like, I do some goofy stuff whenever I'm in relationships.
Hey, we all do, man.
Right, but
we all have that thing, man. We all go, you know, check if we close the garage door 3 times in a row. Do all that crazy.
Well, I don't do that.
Maybe that's protection.
I mean,
That's
you got OCD or what?
A little bit.
You know, I mean, like what I often find myself doing is I try and refuse to see bad in people. You know, and maybe that could be a problem. You know, I can see how that could cause me problems in life, and probably has caused me a lot of problems in life. Because I've looked over like red flags or things that could be a problem. You know, but at the end of the day, man, I mean that takes me back to like when we were in the car earlier today. You know, we're going over to HEB to go get some eggplants, right? Yeah, that's a goofy story there. I mean, we'll get into that in a minute, but you know, I mean, like what I'm getting into is like, for instance, like I reminisce on the things that I love. You know, like, for instance, being with, you know, my last relationship with Amanda. You know, like, this girl, you know, I remember, I think about it all the time, how she would be like, oh, you with your big gun, yeah, your big gun, your big cowboy hat, and your truck, you Mr. John Wayne. You know, just like making fun of me and like doing like a Russian accent, you know. Like those are things that like I hold on to, I hold dearly, because those were good times. You know, things that like we just sit there and just cut up, you know, and like that's the stuff that I miss, you know. And then of course, like I'm riding down the road and I just get flooded with memories of like when we got in a big fight and she jumps out of the car, you know, and you know, but that's a time of reflection. You know, like, well, what caused that fight? You know, why did that happen? Was that avoidable? How can I avoid that in the future? You know, and that's where I'm at now. And so I'm at the point in my life where it's like, man, you know what? I've got a lot of hard decisions down the road I got to make. And I know they're coming. You know, I'm facing criminal charges, you know, which is absolutely ridiculous.
That's going to go away.
You know, I know it will. You know, I got a badass lawyer. This guy's a shark, man. He got my brother off a lot of stuff. You know, I mean, I'm not even worried about this. This guy's a constitutional lawyer. I'm not even tripping. But, you know, like, I just sit there and I think about it, and I see like I feel like it's retaliation because I filed a lawsuit. Don't get me wrong, I made rash decisions. I filed a lawsuit. I did some crazy stuff. You know, but I went and I realized, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, what am I doing? Like, I love this person.
That's all we can do.
Right.
Is after the fact recognize it.
Right.
That's all we can do.
And so then I go file a non-suit right out the gate. Yeah. You know, because I'm sitting there going why?
Yeah.
Why did I do that? You know, and I oftentimes, like, I find myself panicking in situations like this. You know, when it comes to situations that are emotional for me, you know, one of the biggest things I have to do is I got to take a step back now. You know, and when I'm screwed up on ADHD medications, you know, and they're amping me up and I'm just acting irrational, you know, it took this for me to realize that.
Yeah.
Like how bad all these drugs are.
I don't think, like, those, especially the SSRIs, they should, I mean, I'm not for making drugs illegal, but if I was going to make one illegal, that'd be pretty close to it.
No, but I feel like, I mean, I need to warn people, like, just need to forewarn people. You know, it's like, hey, man, utilize them for what they are, but recognize when they become a problem. You know what I mean? Recognize that. And then also recognize when you're dependent on them, too.
For sure. But I think maybe a better approach that they should do, quite honestly, is like, if they do find that, like, somebody is in such a bad state that they need some medication to just want to keep going on, you know? Maybe they should do something like they were doing those tests out in Colorado and stuff with ecstasy and whatnot, where they would do like a week-long thing with it, or like have you on maybe those SSRIs for a month or two, and then take you off. And the problem is, like, I know so many people that have been on those SSRIs for 15, 16 years.
Bro, look, man, when they put me on sertraline, okay? And the only other time in my life where I felt these tremors, it's like you're getting shocked. You know what I mean? Was whenever I just withdrew, when I just went through withdrawals for ADHD medication.
You know, when I was a teenager, I took that for a very brief period, and I felt personally like it made me very cold emotionally.
Oh, what? SSRIs? Yeah, dude, all of them do, man. Like when I'm on,
that can't be good to be shutting off.
Even when I'm on ADHD medication, you know, for a time period, you're like this superhuman, you know, like in a great mood kind of person. But then over a period of time, you start losing pieces of yourself. Yeah. You know, and I really started realizing that, especially after I went sober again. You know, and you know, here I am. I'm working on over a week now, just being sober, and I'm like, man, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Yeah. You know, I've been dependent on these things for so long, and
it's like a kind of freedom.
Yeah, it is in a sense. You know, like I'm thinking clearly now for like what feels like the first time in my life. Yeah. You know, and it also makes me ask the question, like, how long have these drugs been fucking up my life? You know, and then it also makes me ask the question, well, did it fuck up something that I really, really fucking gave a shit about for the first time in a long time, and did it fuck it up for good? That's the question. You know, that's where I sit right now. You know. Because I have no desire to really go be with nobody. You know, I didn't really have a desire to be with anybody when she came in my life in the first place. Yeah. But here I am now. Now I'm like, well, I do have a desire to be with one person, right?
Yeah. Well, isn't that kind of funny? We always want what we can't have. To some degree, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that, but like maybe the better terminology would be like what we don't have.
Or is it maybe like we have the desire to fix what we feel we fucked up? You know,
It could be too.
I mean, is that what? Do you think maybe that's what it might be?
Yeah, but there's no point. That's fruitless because all
Why?
you can do is let it go. Because you can't.
Why can't you fix that? You mean to tell me there's no relationships fixable?
Well, no, I'm saying you in your future, right? Like you
Yeah.
could, recognize your past mistake and redirect accordingly, right?
But then the question is,
you can't go back and change it.
well, no, I mean, so yeah, I mean that's period, right? Like if you're gonna start, say you're gonna start even a new friendship with somebody,
Yeah.
right? Like say you guys had a bad bout and you had a friendship, right? When that went belly up, well, at that point you also have to realize that when you become friends, that's a new friendship.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same one it was because you have to put all that hurt behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think one of the most important things I ever heard, and I think it came from Gaboon, man, was he said that the difference between loving somebody and not loving somebody is that every person who comes in your life is going to hurt you, right? And that's been something I've had to understand over the years, was that every person who comes into my life is going to do something to hurt me, no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay, no matter who they are, no matter how great or amazing that person might be, they're a human being and they have problems. Okay, they have faults. They're gonna hurt me at some point. But the thing about love is love allows you. It sits there and it goes, you know what? Am I gonna hold that hurt against them, or am I gonna forgive it? And when you forgive it, that means you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
That's letting it go, right? That is forgiveness. But, you know, because you always hear, what do people say? Forgive but don't forget.
No, there's the other quote. I didn't even want to write it in here because I know I'm stealing it. But it was the whole one with your mind, right? You learn to let the prisoner go, right? And you realize that prisoner was you. I butchered the crap out of it, but
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Like if you're holding yourself in a negative thought pattern, then yeah, you're holding yourself hostage.
Yeah.
You're the one that's
Especially
causing
with regret. You know what I'm saying? Like you hold the regret.
But regret, I mean, think about that though, bro. I mean, I think regret is important to a certain degree. You know, because if you don't regret stuff, you're never going to change it. If you don't make decisions that you regret, you're never going to change them, bro.
Yeah, but then there's also the, like, if you're just going to keep holding on to that, at some point you have to let go.
Well, I agree. But letting it go is when you finally forgive yourself. That's the other thing.
I see.
You know, so forgiveness isn't just one, it's not just two things. Mm-hmm. It's forgiving the other person, either for their reaction or what they did to you, and then it's also forgiving yourself for what you did to them or your reaction or whatever the case may be. You know? And so I think that's why forgiveness is a double-edged sword. And that's because you're not just forgiving one person, you're forgiving yourself too. Because there's often times where you'll find yourself, you forgive somebody doing something that's a pattern.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, because you might have forgiven them and they apologized but nothing changed, right? There's that problem, and then that's where regret comes in for yourself a lot of times, is that you'd be like, man, well, you know, I allowed this to continue.
Yeah.
You know? But at there's the same level of degree, then it goes, well, do you really want to cut that person out? You know, and that's the other thing too, man. That's the other question I have too, man. It's like, at what point do you sit down and you realize that love and commitment in relationship, it's a choice, right? When do people realize that? It's not a feeling. If you're going to base all your relationships on feelings, you're never going to have a long one.
Yeah.
Every relationship you get in is it's doomed to literal shortness.
Well, yeah, because then your mood changes.
Right.
Yeah.
They do something that hurts your feelings. It pisses you off, right? Let me get another one. Let's just get another one. Let's go back to Tinder, baby. Let's see what's up, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might as well like start a dating app that's called, you know, for short flings. You know, just call it the fling. Yeah. Right? Hey,
you better.
Who's trying to make some money, dude? Go make the app called Fling. You know.
I want 10%. I was in the room when he said it. 10%.
You know, I mean, I don't know, like, and then I think about, like, you know, music too, man. Like, I'm sitting here, I listen to music too all the time, you know, and that's like, you know, when I listen to Zero, and Zero's talking about, you know, I'm the plug, I'm the man you do it through. Whenever you touch me, you don't realize what you're touching, you know. Yeah. But at the same level too, he's sitting there going, this is a gift from the other side. I'm trying to show you how to, you know, stop feeling all this pain and this hate and everything you're feeling, you know. I'm trying to show you how to do it differently, you know. And so then I have to, like, question that, like, is that what we're supposed to do here, Nick? Is that what we're supposed to do? Help people see the other side? Get out of these toxic thought processes that people find themselves in? Encourage people to go get help?
Well, does it make you feel good to do it?
Does it make me feel good?
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because I had to go through it first. It makes me feel good now.
Yeah, so, I mean...
It sucks to remember it, though.
I suppose. But I mean, if it makes you feel good to do it now, I mean, shit, you're helping other people and it makes you feel good.
That's right. Maybe I'm doing it for a selfish reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's the ultimate selfishness, right?
Yeah.
Just let's teach people to be selfish by being selfless, right? Is that the ultimate? That's the key to selflessness, right? Or selfishness. The key to eternal happiness is to be selfless. How about that? King of Wands and the.
You know what? I've always found this too. Don't you think that, like, other people can sometimes be a little more interesting than yourself? You know what I mean?
No, I'm the most interesting person alive. What are you talking about? To me, anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just being conceited.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm giving you a hard time.
No, you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be so bent out of shape about losing somebody in my life if I didn't find her more interesting than myself sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the other message I have, man. Appreciate what you have.
Oh,
always. You know what I'm saying? People often, man, I see this all the time with everywhere I go. People are always wanting more.
Well, that is the game of the ego. It wants more endlessly.
Well, when is enough?
Never.
Well, maybe that's when we need to reevaluate the ego.
I mean, in my opinion, it's enough when, I mean, it's in control of everything, and it basically sits atop the pyramid, and everything sits below it.
Yeah.
And then it can be content. It can't be happy. It can be content.
I mean, well, see, that's the thing, though. I felt true contentment. And that, in my opinion, that's better than happiness or despair.
Oh, of course.
You know, true contentment is like the middle ground. It's both at one time. You know, but it's equal. They even each other out. It's zero. It's zero if either feeling in either direction.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like when I feel happiness, I feel like then I know after a short period that I'm going to feel an equal sadness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I would rather just feel contentment.
Yeah.
You know, just have a partner in crime. Who am I going to fucking fight the world with? You know? Who's going to have the same vision as me? Who wants to help people? Who wants to just have a satisfactory life? Just one where it's you have your teammate, you got your corner, you got your person in the corner, right? You're in the fucking ring, ding, 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 you know, bells goes off, you know, and then you can turn around and look, and that person's there, you know, got you massaging your shoulders, right? Before you get in there,
go back in there, champ.
Before you go in there and get sucker punched by life again, right? Because I feel like that's what happens every time I turn around. It's life is sucker punching me in some way, you know, whether it's my car breaking down, you know, I got to go to court over something, you know, somebody's trying to sue me. I mean, who knows? You know, somebody else is trying to take advantage of me. I mean, whatever the case may be. You know, but I also want to talk about where we went today, man. We went to, the Cathedral of St. Mary's today.
Yeah.
You know, we blessed some cards, blessed some coins. You know, went down to the City Alchemist today. That was kind of a trip.
Yeah.
We had some tarot readings today. That was a trip.
These coins are the real trip.
Yeah, the coin's a trip. The coin is, it's definitely, it's a trip, man.
It was Kitty back. Want to ask a question?
Little Kitty?
Yeah.
Kitty hasn't left. But, I mean, are you trying to get people to ask a question on the coin? You know what? Maybe I would tell people to go get their own coin.
Yeah, that'd probably be the better idea. Yeah. They're not gonna really understand unless
yeah. I mean, and so I don't know. My thing is that
they gotta go sit in a corner and flip it for a little while.
Yeah, but that store though, the City Alchemist, man, they got, you know what was it? The human remains in there. That stuff's wild, right?
Dude, I didn't know that was real until you told me later. I'm like,
bro, I was trying to tell you, like, those are real human bones, dude. Like, you know, I mean, it's a straight up witch shop. Bro, I mean, they got all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah.
But some of the stones, man, they have in there are real, you know, real impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that tourmaline stone, that's something that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, I won't get over the railroad spikes, though, dude. You're not selling me on the railroad spikes.
Bro, I mean, I'm not trying to sell you railroad spikes. There's a railroad track that runs right here, okay? Like, I'll just go pull them up out the ground if I need them. I mean, I'm not trying to crucify anybody, so I don't see why I need one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not putting Christ on the cross there.
Oh shit!
You know,
$7 for a railroad spike.
Yeah,
dude, that's a real like.
Yeah, but how about this? How about this lawyer though? Right? Like, I was talking to this lawyer and like. He's like, well, you know, send me your information. I'll look into the case. And he didn't say nothing to me. As soon as I sent that grant to him, he's like, now I'm on the case. I'm letting the DA know tomorrow. I was like, damn, dude, homeboy was like on it. All right.
Yeah, it rolled Better Call Saul, dude.
Hey, no, but you know what, though, man? Like, what he got my brother off of,
yeah.
You know, I mean...
Yeah, real Better Call Saul, dude. There you go.
Bro, no, this lawyer is like... And then what was he? The first day I talked to him, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I was in a meeting with a murder case all day." I'm like, "Whoa," you know, like he's like, I'm sitting here thinking like I got big shit going on, right? Like I'm like, hey man, you know, I got a harassment charge that's total bullshit. Like, can you help me out here? You know, it's like,
oh my, they be taxing so much for lawyers.
$1,000, man. That's just retainer. That's for his services that even represent me. You know, I mean, we're not even talking. I have no idea how much I'm gonna have to pay him. But you know, and then the other crazy thing is then treatment. I start treatment tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really interested to see what they're gonna tell me I have, because I don't think it's bipolar, bro. I really don't. I don't think it's bipolar, man. I thought it was, but like, I panic with abandonment bad.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm starting to think, I'm starting to really question if it's like on the cluster B sector, spectrum. You know, I've been wondering that.
You know, at the end, I don't think it matters, because whatever you have, it's just about finding a way to deal with it, because it's not going to go away.
But no, but I want to be able to know the triggers. You know, like I want to know like when am I thinking in reality, and then when am I making a reality in my own head, right? Yeah. Like, and so like I want to be able to tell the difference between reality and what's fake.
Yeah. You know, maybe we could start doing that by. It sounds maybe hippie-ish and corny, but like finding a way to connect our heart with our head. I mean, that's in so many song lyrics. I don't even want to get started. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, you know what I mean. Like, because that's when we get that connection lost. That's when we go into fantasy, and we can get lost in our egoistic desires. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You know, I don't know. Like, I actually, honestly, man, I look at my cousin right now, my cousin John. I'm just like, man, when I was your age, I wish I was that that way. Yeah. You know, but I was married. I was going through, a bunch of stupid shit. You know, but anyways, it's just interesting to watch my growth as a person. You know, and how much I've grown over the years. And now that I'm sober completely, man, it's really is it's like a whole new me. It's like completely different. I feel way different. I feel better.
Well, I'm glad you feel better. I don't.
But it's not a whole new me, really. Really, what it is, it's just a non-roadblock me. You feel me? Like, it's like now I'm not creating problems with pills that don't exist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowing a substance to cloud my judgment like I did before. You know, maybe that was the whole purpose of it. Maybe
were you trying to use it? Like, do you think there's any avoidance in that?
What do you mean?
Like in using that stuff?
No, not really, because I was using it for what I was told it helped. Yeah. And now that I'm at where I'm at in my life, I feel like it was more of a detriment than
and that's what I was saying earlier, is like they need to reevaluate the time scales they put those things on, because they just give you the prescription and just have you keep refilling it till never tomorrow. I feel like they don't go in and check up on you and say like, hey,
no, they do, but it's easy to lie to them, bro. It's easy.
Well, it's like you lie to them because like
No, you don't even lie to them, bro. It's like because you're lying to yourself.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was exactly getting at. It's like you don't even really know.
You don't even realize how detrimental this stuff is, because you think it's helping. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's warping your thought process. It's warping how you think. It's warping what you think is reality and what isn't.
But then how are they, like, I feel like they should have a better method to go
That's because they teach people that when you have these issues, you're a problem. Right? Like, that's the thought process. Yeah. You are a problem. You need to be fixed in order to function in society. Well, no, why don't we teach people how to deal with who they are? Yeah. And love who they are, right? Because
I don't believe anybody can be a problem. That's ridiculous.
What I find is I think that when we finally quit trying to change something, it changes on its own.
Every time.
You know what I mean?
Every time. Yeah. Every time.
Like as soon as I quit trying to quit drinking, I quit drinking. Right? As soon as I quit trying to quit taking medications or doing meth or whatever I was doing, cocaine, whatever. As soon as I decide to, quit trying to quit that shit, it just quit. Yeah. My body was like, yep, done, and that was it, and so, I mean, it was like, when I finally had enough, I just had enough. I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what, fuck it, done with this crap, and threw it in the trash. Really, in my case, threw it down the toilet. Same difference.
You gotta clog that thing?
Huh?
You gonna clog that thing?
I mean, how many drugs do you think I put down there? Like, I didn't have like all of Austin's drugs in my closet. You know?
It was more of a joke, man.
I'm just saying, yeah, I was just busting you on it too. No, but I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. It's also liberating too. You know, I find myself more often than not, I go through this panic mode every time I have a bad thing happen in my life, where I dump all of my pills down the toilet. It's like I knew a long time ago that these things were not good for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And so every time,
it's like subconsciously you just tell yourself, it's enough.
yeah,
It's enough.
yeah. And then I decided to like, well, you know what? I want to be sober. I want to enjoy life. You know.
Yeah.
Because for the last couple of months, I was just existing. I was existing, and I was allowing a substance to destroy a relationship. And I'm not going to do it anymore. It's not going to happen anymore. I'm done with that. You know, I want to excel. I want to get a house. You know, I want to have a family, whenever that may be. You know, and I want to be a dad. I mean, that's just it. I'm fucking 33 years old. Okay, I'm going to be 33. I'm coming up on that time period where I don't think, you know, kids aren't going to be really a good option at that point because I'm going to be fucking old.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who wants to be raising kids at 60? Not me. You trying to raise kids at 60? You even trying to raise kids? Now you're 20.
I'm debating.
Yeah, you're 20. You're
22.
Yeah, you're still a baby.
Yeah,
You're still wet behind the ears.
In that respect, yes.
You're still wet behind the ears. You cheesehead. Look at you with your jewel.
Yeah, I should throw this up.
So anyway, what did you think? What did you think about that cathedral we went to today, man? That place is gorgeous, right?
Yeah, something about like those kind of buildings is very humbling to go inside.
Yeah, just you know, it's crazy because when I look at stuff like that, you know, it's one thing to look at a skyscraper and go, man, how can men build such things? But then when you walk into a place like that, that's that old.
Can you think about how they built that shit? Like,
Yeah.
no cranes, no horses, no cars, no trucks.
Well, I'm
the
sure
road's dirt, and you guys are up, 250 feet doing marble sculptures. Like, what the, like, out of the wall.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's all painted, and it's still in pristine condition.
Yeah.
To this day. It's amazing. I don't know, we were talking about cataclysms, and quite honestly, I think that, like, a lot of, like, the buildings that we have, like, around, like, our Capitol buildings and all that stuff, it could have been from a previous civilization, in my opinion.
Well, I know the one in Austin ain't.
I'm not saying it is.
Because there's record of that being built.
I'm not saying it was, but I'm just saying, like, in general, a lot of these buildings, like the pyramid. Well, maybe it's just the pyramids or the Pantheon or some of the more ancient ones. But like, and you just look at the door sizes on them too. It's ridiculous. Like, why are they making these doors 9
Giants,
feet tall?
baby.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe we were taller once.
Yeah, well, we were 9 foot tall.
I've seen reports on, well, fake news, but legitimate, you know.
Oh, what, they found Sasquatch?
No, well, bones. I mean, I'm telling you.
You saw Bigfoot, bro?
I did not see Bigfoot. I'm saying online, I've seen pictures of these giant skeletons.
Uh-huh.
I'm not the only one who's. I'm not. This is not coming from just me.
Uh-huh.
Me.
Uh-huh.
You mean?
Hey, man. Hey, I'm with you.
Hey, I'm just
I'm
speculating.
not giving you a hard time, bro. I am giving you a hard time, but.
Hey, it's all good.
I mean, but look at me, bro. I think that magic's real. You know, at least. Not. I don't think it's fake.
Yeah.
You know, I think that magic in a sense of like, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna turn this into a fire and then I'm going to attack you, right? Like, no, that's not. I'm not thinking that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like illusion, the ability to change perception.
Shattering the illusion.
You know,
Shattering the illusion.
or creating one.
Yeah, that's magic.
You
too.
know, I think.
Well, I think that's for sure. That's magic.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
sleight of hand, right? It's all illusion, right?
Mhm.
Well, I think that you can even change the perception of the way somebody perceives events. You know.
Oh,
Things like
I
that.
mean, the news does it to.
Yeah, but that's not
phenomenally
magic.
good
That's just
degree.
called lying.
Well,
I'm talking about like events that have already happened,
yeah.
changing somebody's perception to them. You know.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I think that there's divination techniques and things like that, maybe spells you could cast and stuff that would do that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, I mean, don't you think it's a bit of a spell to, warp somebody's mind on how they think about anything?
Possibly.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the news is doing that to some degree.
Oh, they're sitting over there. You got people in the back going,
Yeah,
got wands.
Yeah, Brian still throws a wand.
Got Harry Potter up in his
pulls
beard.
it out of his belly button, dude.
Yeah. But so
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, that store, I really like that store. I think it's a cool place. I want to see some more. Like, I want to go to like a witch event.
I'll go with you.
You know, did you see like Austin has seances, dude? Did you see that shit?
What?
Yeah, they have like the Austin seance.
Austin.
Yeah, they also have like covens down here too. I know, bro. I didn't know I was going down. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
whoa.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know Austin was like getting witchy with it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Dad joke, bro. I'm trying. You know, I gotta get ready. I've got to get in the mode.
That's what you want.
Yeah, dude. So I'm having to
Do you want
project.
to start a separate list for dad jokes?
I'm having to like project it out. You know, like the
Okay.
dad jokeism
Alright.
and stuff. You know, I've got to keep things sane, bro. I got to keep. I got to keep it. You know. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't. You're like, I'm 20. I ain't having no kids. Fuck that. I'm the old man now, bro.
Hey,
What's up?
I'm in fucking no rush.
What else you want to talk about? What else we got going on, Nick?
Shit.
You're a horrible side host, bro.
I realize that.
Yeah.
Why do you think I ain't started this
Come
shit?
on, man. I'm waiting for you to interject. What's the deal? What do you got?
Alright, let's go with Noah's quotes.
Oh, we're gonna go with another quote. Okay.
We're going back to the written material.
Hey, let's do the name of the book.
The name of the book? Oh yeah, that's in there. Hold up.
That's another JD original.
Hey, I was gonna get some Nick originals over here.
Like, Nick, you ain't got no originals. I'm just here. Let's hear one. Let's hear one. Let's hear one. Let's hear it.
You want a Nick original?
Yeah.
Let's get the best one. Hold on.
Oh, you gotta look for it, huh? You ain't got it on the top of the head.
Well, I mean, this one I said to you the other day.
All right.
Off the top of my head, and I wrote down.
Go for it.
Who said teachers shouldn't ask questions?
Yeah, but I feel like that's been asked before.
Hey, what do you got that's truly original?
The name of the book?
We gonna find out.
Huh?
We gonna find
Go
out.
ahead.
We gonna find out.
Go ahead. Come on, man. You're taking too long.
Yeah, because I wrote something I can't read.
Let me see this.
What is that? The bottom.
The Perfect Harmony.
There you go. Thanks.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, well, it's here now. Yeah. It's written down. You can read it.
No, I'm saying, did you write down the quote? Or just the Perfect Harmony part?
I don't know. Let's find out. Awful podcast host here.
I'm waiting, dude. I'm waiting. We're losing people. You're taking too long. What pills am I on? Oh, I was on Desoxin, man. Desoxin is methamphetamine. It's 5 milligram methamphetamine tablets.
No, I don't got it.
You didn't write it down.
Don't got it.
My God, let me see this.
What, you just want to write it down?
No, I forgot it off the top of my head because it was a damn good quote. I thought you did write it down, so I didn't bother writing it down.
I don't know. Maybe it's in there somewhere. I can look through it, but I don't want to.
Killing me, Smalls.
Apparently, all the viewers are going. They're not entertained. I can start dancing if you want.
Man, I forgot it because that was actually a damn good quote. Actually, here it is, right here. Found it. Look at this. The perfect harmony between truth and deception is love.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's that. Now that is a Joey original.
All right.
And that's a fucking damn good quote, bro. Okay. I'm sorry, because I'm actually like living by that quote now. Like I like that quote, man. Man. The true harmony, right? The real harmony. The perfect harmony between truth and deception is love.
Yeah.
That's that perfect harmony. I don't know. I think that's a good quote, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I just think I'm too good or something. I don't know. Maybe I just think too highly of myself. But I think that's a damn good quote.
I'll do 40 push-ups, no problem.
Dance
You
40
donate him
push-ups.
$1, I'll do 40 push-ups immediately. I'll get on the ground.
You know, but I mean, tell anybody who can like literally speak back on that, right, and tell me that love is not that, because to me that's what love is, right? Love is that perfect harmony. It's a perfect harmony between truth and deception.
Yeah, I won't change a word of it.
Yeah, you know, because there's often times that we're going to be required to lie to our person, you know, so that way they don't feel bad.
Oh, well, isn't that kind of against what...
No, listen, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out, because you don't want your person to hurt, right? So, like, I'm not talking about lying about big shit,
Yeah.
right? Because that's where the harmony comes in. Because when somebody does something wrong, right, and they're your partner, you need to tell them they did something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but, like, if your chick comes up to you and she made some horrible food, right, and you're like, this is real good, babe, you know, like, I mean, and you just, you know, you're just eating it down. Now that's that perfect harmony between truth and deception that you do for your loved one. You're gonna lie to them to their face about how great the meal was, even though it was fucking horrible, right? But that's because you want them to feel good. You don't want them to feel bad because they did that for you, even though they burnt the shit out of it or they did whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but they did that for you, and so like I feel like.
Well, I think everybody can kind of go about that in a different way too. I mean, you could be like, you know, oh, it wasn't. Or, you know, say like, oh, I really appreciate you doing this. I mean, maybe I'm just really wrong. Go ahead. I don't know what that was for.
No, man, I've found myself like there's some things you don't want to tell the truth about, okay? Because it's gonna put you in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so and that's why I said that love is that perfect harmony between truth and deception.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not always gonna be truthful, but you're not always gonna lie either. And when you do, it's for the good of the other person. You're never doing it. You're not doing it out of malice. You're not doing it to be rude. You're not doing it to be mean. Mm-hmm. You know, you're doing it because of what they need to hear.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I feel like people ask to be lied to as well. I've had this happen many times.
I mean, we lie to ourselves, bro.
Well, that as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I guess that's the question. When are we going to stop lying to ourselves?
Never. I suppose.
Never, huh?
Never.
You're never gonna stop lying to yourself.
Well, I mean, telling little lies to myself. I mean, I feel like you do it every day to some degree, a little bit. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
Yeah, it's like, how are you gonna stop that entirely?
I suppose. Well, I mean, when you get tired of living in illusion.
Yeah. I think everything at a certain point, you do anything long enough, you get tired of it.
Yeah? What's that old saying? Right? There's an old quote. I know a lot of quotes. There's an old quote that a fool who persists in their folly will become wise.
Yeah.
You know? That's a good quote.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, that's from Taoism. That's the Tao Te Ching. You know, Taoism and Buddhism believe that. And I'm a living testament of that. Okay? I'm a fool who persisted in my folly and I finally became wise. I got tired of failing, you know, because I think in my personal opinion, I think the worst pain anybody can feel in their entire life is emotional pain. There's nothing fucking worse. I'd rather get shot.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, that's why you have the whole thing is like, oh, I push you out of the way of the train and lay there, take your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, are you benefiting by doing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't want to go through the suffering of, oh shit, she's gone now. The train took her.
If one of them's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
Who's the one on the winning end, bro? Is it really? You know what I mean? Like that's a good question. You know, that's a good.
Yeah.
I like that point. That's a good point. But I don't know. You know, I mean, at what point do we sit down and we take responsibility for what we've done? And make a change. And everybody has to do that. Everybody's got to wake up one day and realize that, it's not all the other person. I have my hand to play.
Yeah.
And I played my hand and I played it incorrectly.
We need to learn to be our best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, but we need to learn when other people care for us.
Oh.
and when not to take it for granted.
Oh, it's so easy to take for granted, especially after some time. You know,
Yeah.
you become accustomed to whatever the little nice thing they did for you was, or the like you kind of miss the like, oh, that, you know, that thing that used to bother me that's not even here anymore. Now that's not even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what's funny actually is that oftentimes we don't realize that the thing that bothered us is what we miss the most.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, anyways, man, I don't know. I think I kind of want to hang up the podcast for the night. I'm tired. I got to get up early in the morning. I got treatment tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted on what treatment says, you know. So I'll know tomorrow what the diagnosis is.
Yeah.
You know, what the full-blown diagnosis is. And if I'm correct, man, I think I'm going to be quite surprised. I think I might have a very similar problem to what my ex had. You know, it's sad calling her ex, man. You know, it's sad, man. I really wish you could have worked that out. You know, it's sad.
Yeah.
Cause I'm getting too fucking old, bro. Getting too old. Not trying to do things again. I've got. There's not a whole lot of restarts left for me. Take care, guys. All right, Tal. Hey, man, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to. I don't know why anybody listens to me. I'm retarded, but I like to have a good time. Anyways, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow. Maybe I don't know. You want to do on Friday? You want to do Saturday? I think it may be Saturday. Yeah, maybe, yeah. We'll keep posting what we're feeling.
Yeah.
So you'll see it. It'll ding across the thing. We haven't set up a schedule yet, so we'll keep it posted. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.